All right, it's time for the second half of the ball flow. So we're going to start with lying on our backs, resting on our mats, legs over the ball, and the arms are just going to go out to the side. Give yourself a gentle sway, side to side. Deep breath in and out. This should feel really good. It's nice and easy. We'll do this about 3 more times. And 2. And here comes that last one. And right from there, we're going to place the feet on the ball. Your knees are lined up over your hip joints. And we'll begin by pressing the legs out and bending the legs in. Let's try to find our nice neutral spine. Back is relaxed on the mat. Okay? And as you're doing this, you're just allowing your breath to guide your movement. Inhaling in one direction, exhaling in the other. Good. Now, of course, we're going to add on. You can keep doing it just like this. You may already feel some abdominal activation, or you can bring your hands behind your head and follow those legs up with your eyes looking right at your feet, coming back down. So we breathe and return. I like exhaling up, tightening the abs to help me come up off of the floor. But I always believe that it's better to breathe your way than to hold your breath breathing my way. Okay? If you need your hands behind your head, go ahead and keep them there. Otherwise, we're going to raise the arms, fingertips to the sky, and follow out about even with the thighs, possibly a little lower. Okay? If you'd like a little more of a challenge, allow the arms to extend farther back, but keep the rib cage from lifting away from the mat. We're going to go one more time, and we'll hold this up. So you're either here, here, or if you wanted to be here with the arms, you could be. Okay? We're going to turn the toes out, heels together, pointed toes if you wish, or relaxed ankles. We're basically doing our 100 with the feet supported by the ball. Now, if you feel like your neck is fatiguing, you can either roll that head down and then return on your exhale phase. You could keep that going and gently support the head with one hand and then alternate hands as you do your breath cycles. And of course, you could also keep your head down and just keep your 100 movement going, keeping your abdominals active by using that breath, being very aware. Palms are reaching towards the floor, firm arms. We're going to make this next set our last set, exhaling and inhaling and release down. Arms open out to the side. Keep that external rotation. Pilates V or first position. We're going to frog our knees in towards our shoulders. Knees go parallel. We press back out. We're just doing a little head of the femur rotation in the socket. This should feel kind of like a nice little hip opening. We'll do one more and just reverse that. Now I'm going a little bit quicker than I might normally go, just for time's sake. We're going to hold this next one here. Walk the ball under the lower legs like you had the ball at the beginning, and we will bridge up. It's a neutral bridge. You're lifting your body, hinge bridge, up in one piece, down in one piece. Now, of course, with your legs over the ball, it's less intense, more stable, and this is always a good place to start or return to. But I'm going to ask for more. So, if you can, knees over hips, as we did before, feet right on the ball, exhale, lift, inhale, lower. Now, I strongly encourage you to look at what I'm doing while your hips are down, and then once you've seen it, relax the neck in line with the spine and join in. So you're not taxing the cervical spine. Good. This is much more hamstring intensive. Sometimes your hamstrings, your calves, or the plantar flexors, soles of the feet, will cramp. So pick and choose accordingly. And then we'll hold the next one up, and we'll do just a tiny little pulse, lifting up and up. Weight is resting across the shoulder blades for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4 more, 4, 3, 2, 1, rolling down through the spine, stretching the legs long. Now in the event you don't have a ball, you would do all those same things with your feet on the floor. We're going to bring one knee into the chest, the other foot is resting on the ball, and we can do this a lot of ways. So we'll start here. Single leg stretch, breathing in, changing, breathing out, changing, breathing in. Okay, that's one option. Another option would be to push the ball out and in, which takes a bit more coordination. You got to keep your eyes on the ball, which is actually great for neck alignment. We've got 4 more, 3 more, 2 more, 1 more, and we rest the legs. Give the head a moment. Hands come behind the head. Exhale, roll the head and shoulders up. Try to keep your abdominal muscles engaged. We're going to crisscross. It's the same leg movement. So you can do one at a time, rotating your elbow just over the navel. So we are not trying to get out here. We are going more up, shallow over. And like we did with the single leg stretch, you can make it a little bit more vigorous by pushing and pulling the ball. So it's not only more vigorous, but it certainly takes a good deal more coordination and awareness. We're going to go 3 more. And 2. And 1. And relax. Pulling that ball right on up to your glutes for me. You're going to open your feet around the ball. Hands are resting next to you. Your back is happy. Think about exhaling, drawing the lower ribs towards the pelvis, engaging your core to lift the soles of the feet to the ceiling. And then from there, we'll just bend the knees, letting the ball come right to the backs of the thighs without touching the floor. If you want the challenge, you can reach down, but make sure you're not feeling strain in the low back at all. So we're just going to reach it up and bring it down. Reach it up and bring it down. 3 more of these. You're already getting a lot of abduction or inner thigh engagement. Your core is certainly working and your hamstrings are lengthening, so they're getting a stretch. Hold this next one with the legs at the tabletop position. Rock towards me. Both shoulders are still down, but the hip away from me has lifted from the mat. We'll extend the legs if that's available to you. We'll breathe in as we travel from one side to the other, and we'll breathe out as we stretch. Your choice. You do not have to extend those legs. You can just rock over, hold for that exhale. Rock it over, hold for that exhale. And again, if you had no ball, you're just doing the same movement without that ball. You can put a little ball between your ankles if you had that. Okay, here's your last can-can variation, and then we're going to carefully place that ball down. Hands rest alongside the hips. We've got one more bridging variation. So we're going to bridge up, stay up. I'm going to give you a couple of choices. If you're on the floor, no ball, then this might be a good choice for you. Reach up and down. Maybe you want to start with one arm and alternate sides. Otherwise, you do both. No weight on the neck, only on the shoulder blades. If you have a ball, you could extend the legs and bend the knees. Push it out, pull it in. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Let's go 3 more. And 2. And on this last one, roll on down as you go out. Good. I'm going to stretch one leg up to the ceiling. Let me fix my sock. And we'll make a single leg circle. So we're inhaling down, exhaling around. Inhaling down, exhaling around. Your arms could be out. Okay. We'll pause at the top and reverse the rotation, ideally keeping that thigh over the hip or lower so you don't get a lot of grabby, grippy stuff at the front of the hip. We're going to go 2 more. And 1 more. Put that foot down, raise the other leg up, fix your sock first because, well, there is that. And we go right into it. Good. We'll do this twice more. And just notice the quality of the two sides. Are they the same? Does it feel more challenging? Switch sides. So on this side, I have to be extra careful because that hip flexor area seems to grab more on my left than on my right. And that's the fantastic thing about Pilates, is it gives you a good opportunity to really be aware of your tendencies and to work towards balance. Hands are going to go behind the thigh, roll the head and shoulders up, wrap the leg, either calf or hamstring, flex the feet. You're either using the ball or you're doing this in the air. We have pulse, pulse, switch, switch. Now I'm watching my ball and I'm tapping it, and there is every possibility it could get away from me, but I have the pressure of the camera, so I'll probably keep it together. We're going to go 2 more times. And 1 more time. Now feet go right on that ball. Good, hands up. Now there's tons more exercises we could do here, both Pilates and fitness-based, but we're going to come off the floor and turn over. So I want your arms up, your knees are over your hips, feet on the ball. We're going to look right towards the knees, exhale, and when you get to this place, push that ball out, come up to a teaser position. Keep your legs long as you roll back. Once your low back is on the floor, then release and draw the ball in. So let's put it together for 3. We exhale. We inhale. We exhale. Maybe those arms go a little farther back. Again, if your back arches, that's not where I want you to go. Here's that last one. We're going to stay up, and then we'll fold the legs away from the ball. So you're kind of in that mermaid stretch position, okay? We're going to pull the ball up. We're not going to mermaid stretch. We're going to pull the ball up to the side of the hip, open the leg out, and place the hand on the floor. Now, your body is supported by the ball, and even my short little arm can make it all the way down. So I want you to really tuck that ball in and try your best to get your hand on the floor. If that doesn't work, hand comes around the ball. And here's the head. We're going to lift and lower the leg. And our goal here is just to lift even with the hip. So we're not going for height. Toes are facing forward, so we're also not turning out. We are using the side of our hip. We've got 3 more, and 2. 1 more, hold it here for me and bring your leg forward. Little forward, point the toe, little back. Now what's really challenging with this one is to keep the leg in the same plane of movement. Obviously a lot of core activity, and we're trying not to rock forward and back. So differentiation at the hip, and all that means is everything else is, it's party on the bottom, business on top, okay? Here's that last one. Bring the leg in, sink the hips away from the ball, push the ball on the diagonal, and find a nice little stretch. Good, walking it all the way across. Now, of course, this could be done without the ball, okay? So, in that event, you're holding yourself up in space. You're working hard to make sure you're not hyperextended through the elbow joint, and you're doing all the same things. And I'm going to give you 1 more option, because some people cannot be up here on their knee or on their wrist and shoulder. So if you needed to, you could either be on your forearm, or you could be all the way down. So you have a lot of options here. Now, when you come up on this next one, let's hold it here and reach forward. So I just regressed the exercise, getting rid of the ball and coming through various positions. I'm going to progress the exercise. So we'll come back up onto the forearm as one option. Good, and then we'll come all the way up onto the knee and hand as another option. And finally, we'll add the ball back in. So you have a lot of choices here with or without equipment, okay? We're gonna pull it in, press it over, hips slide away from the ball. So I'm off of my outside foot and I'm pressing into the hips, arms at a long diagonal. This is really a side body stretch from the right under the armpit and the lat areas, through the obliques and down into your gluteus medius side of the hip. Good. All right. Not totally Pilates. We're going to take the ball, and this is our grand finale exercise. I want to make sure that you have just your fingertips on the ball. Do you see my whole arm is extended? And I'm going to roll out, catch myself on my forearms, initiate by exhaling, pulling my elbows down and pressing back up to that kneeling position. If you need extra padding, blanket or a towel under the knees, or fold your mat up. And here we go. We roll out. We come in. We roll out. We come in. Okay? Your goal is to not feel like your neck and shoulders are here, or you're so close to the ball that there's nowhere to go. Okay? So we're going to go one more time. We'll hold it out. Remember I said this is your grand finale, so you're either going to hold your plank, just like this. It's a kneeling plank, and it is dynamic because of the ball. You're going to curl your toes. Now, you can stay down and do this, or you can come up to a full plank. I need to get myself in better position. So, full plank here, okay? From either position, we're going to stir the pot. It is so small, but ridiculously hard. So, I'm going to come down on my knees, and I'm circling the other way. Good. So those are the options. And we do about 5 stirs per side. We'll come back, take a little stretch. Good. Now, we just did a whole bunch of Pilates mat exercises with a little extra planking on the ball. So add that on to the ball workout from last week, and you'll have a half-hour workout that is total body, core focused, which is pretty much Pilates in a nutshell. Thanks for coming.